Game.
What is that?
Bob, nasaan po yung tambay cup nyo?
Wala na. Ito na lang dahil hindi ako nakakalimot.
I heard an interview that you were saying bubuuin ulit ang Quadcom. Is this true, sir?
No. Yes, yes.
Tell
yes.
us more about
We
it.
will do that.
Wala ho silang maisip na yung tipong paano mapapaluwag ang kabuhayan ng sambayanan. Wala. Tuwadcom lang ng tuwadcom. Nako, malakas ang boses ni Benny Abante dito sa interview niya na to kay Ma'am Pinky Webb. Okay lang sana na mag-angas ka ng ganyan kung ikaw talaga ang totoong nanalo bilang congressman ng 6th District ng Maynila. Anak ng tokwa, kung hindi mo pa ipadiskwalipika ang kalaban mo, hindi ka uupo bilang congressman. Kung hindi lamang pinagpilitan ni George Garcia na ikaw ang maging congressman, wala ka sa kinauupuan mo na yan. Lang yung Benny Abante to, hindi pa opisyal na nag-uumpisa ang 20th Congress, naghahasik na ng lagim itong walang yung Abante na to. Quadcom 2.0, aabangan ho natin yan sa 20th Congress. Pero bago ho lahat ng yan, isang like at isang subscribe. Masaya na ho tayo dyan sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community. Yung joint button nandyan lang ho sa baba. Una sa lahat, gusto ko ho munang pasalamatan at palakpakan hetong si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Maraming salamat, Sen Alan. Dito sa video na to, ipapakita ko sa inyo ang kaibahan noong mga sinserong nagmamahal kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte laban doon sa mga manggagamit na naaalala lang si Tatay Digong pagka merong kailangan. Dito, makikita natin kaibahan. Itong si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, walang eleksyon ngayon. Hindi kagaya ng mga pahiring-hiring anak ng tokwa. Yung resulta ng hearing, hindi nga ma-publish. Tinamad na kasi nanalo na. Ay, may manood ka dito ha. Ganito ang totoong nagmamahal kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Sinasabi mo pa sarili mo na kaibigan ka ni VP Sara? Naunahan ka pa ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano na maghain ng ganitong klaseng resolusyon sa Senado. Heto mga kababayan, hinihain ni Sen Alan Peter Cayetano ang isang resolusyon. Humihiling sa gobyerno ng Pilipinas na ipanawagan sa International Criminal Court, ICC, ang pasamantalang paglaya ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at sa isailalim sa house arrest sa Philippine Embassy sa Dahig. O palakpakan natin itong si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Lahat ng gumagawa ng mga ganyang klaseng gawain ngayon, yung kagaya dito kay Senator Bato de la Rosa, sincero, mahal ho talaga nila itong si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Hindi yung tipong eleksyon, kailangan banatan mo lahat, pati bayaw at pinsan mo para lamang mapakita mo sa mga taga-suporta ni Tatay Digong, taga-suporta ka talaga, na mahal mo talaga siya. Babanatan mo na ang gobyerno ngayon hindi gobyernong Marcos, bagkus gobyerno ng Araneta at Romualdez. Anak ng tokwa, nasaan na yung maingay na yun ngayon? Kaya kayo napupulaan yung mga manggagamit na yan, kaya kayo napupulaan sa mga gawain yung yan. Etong si Senator Alan, di ho tatakbo yan. Matagal pa eleksyon. Ba't meron ganyan? Kasi totoong mahal niya ang mama. Kasi totoong nakikita niya na hindi na makatao, hindi na makatarungan, na yung 80 anyos nagdurusa sa kulungan ng banyaga na naging presidente ng Pilipinas. Nakuha niyo ba mga kababayan? Kaya yung mama na yan, ngayon pa lang sinasabi ko na ho sa inyo, kung ano man tatakbuhan yan, susuportahan ho natin mga kababayan. Senador siyempre, pero pagka presidente, ibang usapan yun, si VP Sara yun siyempre. Pero pagka nagsenador yan, hindi ka pa tumatakbo, Sen Alan, kasama ka na sa listahan namin dito sa PH Update. Maraming salamat to, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Mabuhay ho kayo. Sobrang saludo, pagmamahal, sincero na kung pagkakaibigan man yan o pagkilala bilang isang naging dating Pangulo itong si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, kung ano man yung naging motivasyon mo dyan sa paghahain mo ng resolusyon na yan. Maraming salamat, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Ito mga kababayan, mag-move on na ho tayo. Dito ho tayo sa susunod nating paksa. Ayan na nga ba sinasabi natin? O ito, pakanaho ito ni George Garcia. Lahat ng gagawing kapalpakan, lahat ng gagawing kabalbalan nitong si Benny Abante sa House of Representatives sa 20th Congress, wala ho tayong ibang sisisihin kundi yang si George Garcia. Binigyan mo ng opening So ano nga yung gagawin ng mama na yan dyan sa 20th Congress? pagtatag muli ng House Quadcom ngayong 20th Congress kinumpirma ni Rep Abante. O papalitan ho niya si si Barbers, si Robert Ace Barbers. Siya ni siguro mamumuno niyan sa ano. Anak ng tokwa, yan na nga pa sinasabi natin, nayari na naman. Wala na namang matatrabaho sa House of Representatives. Wala silang gagawin sa loob ng 3 taon kundi magkups. Ng Petrang Garapata. Tawa muna tayo. Tawa muna tayo. Ba't huwag ka nga alis. Ito naman si Manong Chavit, tumaalis eh. Ito meron na naman nung pahapyaw. Pahapyaw. Ito si Manong Chavit. Dito kay Marcos Jr. Konti na lang ho mga kababayan, babalagbag na ulit yung boses natin, di ba? Konting namamalat na lang ng konti, di ba? Siguro 2 to 3 days from now, balagbag to the max na ho tayo ulit. Balagbag to the max. Ito. Nakabagong Pilipinas na ka pa. Pakinggan nyo ito mga kababayan. Game!
What is that?
Bob, nasaan po yung tambay cup nyo?
Wala na. Ito na lang dahil hindi ako nakakalimot.
Boom! 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 Yan ang sinasabi ko. Manong Chavit batuin mo ako ng ginto. Hindi, joke lang. Baka sabihin naman nangingi ako ng ginto kaya Manong Chavit. Hindi, nangingi talaga ako. Gusto ko yung gold naman. Hindi, joke lang, Manong. Joke lang yun. Ayun. Ayun ba to? Gold, ganun. Anak ng Petrang Garapata. Ibang klase ka talaga, PH. Malay mo, di ba? Wala namang imposible. Baka Manong Chavit yan, no? Kahit yung shades mo na lang, Manong. Ito. Punta na ako tayo sa interview nitong itong salot na. Salot ito eh. Salot ito, itong si Benny Abante. Salot yan sa gobyerno. Sila ho yung anay nang umangat-ngat sa pamahalaan na para magkaganito ang ating sambayanan. Ang hirap, anak ng toko. Ito, pakinggan mo natin mga kababayan.
Yes, so, Congressman Benny, magandang gabi po sa inyo. It's good to see you again, sir.
Maangas na naman siya eh. Hindi, wala na yung bait-baitan niya eh, kasi nanalo na siya eh, di ba? Ay, sorry, hindi ka pala nanalo. Pinadisqualify na niya kalaban. Anak na to, 3 taon. 3 taon mong maririnig yung mga litanya na yan na hindi ka naman talaga nanalo, pinadisqualify ka mo yung kalaban. GG, di ba? GG ka dyan. Good game ka dyan, Brad. Every time na magsasalita ka sa tuwan ko, masasabihin lang namin, hindi ka nanalo. Talunan ka. Pinagpilitan ka lang ni George Garcia. Tuloy.
All right, Kong Benny.
Hi, good evening, Pinky, and I'm so glad to be here with you again.
Yeah. Sir, matagal-tagal din po kaming naghintay para makausap kayo. Yes, can you hear me, sir?
Nabibingin na ata tong si
I
Benny.
can hear
Okay,
you, yes.
I was saying that
Kala ko
medyo
nabibili ka
matagal
na
din
eh.
po kaming naghintay because you wanted to be interviewed after your proclamation. First, sir, how does it feel to,
Wow.
first not be proclaimed, having to have lost, and then eventually be proclaimed and having won?
Well, of course, I'm very much elated. I'm very much happy about that. Nakita ko naman the COMELEC has actually followed the letter of the Constitution and the decision has been made properly and according to the rule of law.
Did you know for quite a while that, according to you nga doon din sa petition, that he is not a natural-born Filipino, sir? How soon did you find out?
Actually, I didn't even think about him being not a naturalized citizen.
Pa-virgin na naman. Parang ikaw si ano.
Because in 2019, he was part of our team. No, he ran for he ran for the council, and I was the one that actually even helped him to win. So hindi ko talaga inasahan that there'll be a problem that way, no? A naturalized Filipino siya. All of a sudden, after the election, someone called me up that I have not actually talked to for many years, no, in Australia, and he told me about Joey Uy and be able to look into the truth that he is a naturalized citizen.
So it just fell into your lap, kumbaga.
Yolen,
Parang it just fell into your lap, sir. Kasi would you say that time that you
Yeah.
lost by 500 votes lang ho ata ang inyong natalo, hindi ho ba? Were
about
you...
1,300 votes. Yeah, it fell into my lap. All of a sudden, no, I didn't even know.
Hulog ng langit. Kayo na. Hulog ng langit tawag doon. Kayo naman.
About that.
Yeah. All right. Of course, there are questions though on you being proclaimed according to Chua Uy's camp, the proclamation and certificate of finality is unconstitutional, sir, dahil nga daw po yung COMELEC lost its jurisdiction last June 30, specifically at 12 noon, because Chua supposedly had already assumed his congressional post. Congressman, siguro kayo na po ang magpaliwanag sa amin. Hindi ho ba kapag dumating na kasi ang June 30 at 12 noon, hindi ho ba ay magiging jurisdiction na to ng HRET?
Actually, we followed the law. No? My lawyer, Attorney Romy Macalintal, alam mo naman, very celebrated election lawyer yan. Talagang we followed the letter of the Constitution. We gave him five days, actually, 5 days before I would be before they would make a decision for me. So pagkatapos nung second division decision, we waited, no? Wait for 5 days, and the 5 days fell on June 30. So in the morning of June 30, the decision of the NBank came out.
Right.
No? In supporting the decision of the second division. So it was actually just on time. There's nothing unconstitutional about it.
In the nick of time, parang ganun po.
Yeah, in the nick of time, yes.
Opo. So, the
it did
decision
have
was
to go
made
through-
before 12 noon, Kong Benny. by
Yes,
the
yes,
COMELEC
before
and
12
Bank.
noon. It should be, yes.
Kaya
Oo.
nakaabot po before the 12
Oo.
noon deadline.
That's right. Hindi na kinakailangan pumunta ng HRET because the COMELEC has jurisdiction until 12 noon of June 30.
Are you still concerned or worried about these petitions that were filed by Chua Uy's camp, certiorari and prohibition that would have effectively stopped the COMELEC from executing that resolution last June 30?
No, I have been relieved. No, parang nawalan ako ng tinik dito. Hindi na ako talaga nag-aalala. They could file a motion for certiorari. They could file a motion for reconsideration. Yet I don't think that. In fact, we waited. No, we waited for because there's another 5 days given by the law. No, for them to be able to answer and really put up the motion for TRO. Pero wala din nangyari. The Supreme Court didn't even act on it. So we acted after 5 days.
You feel that you are standing on solid ground then, sir?
Yes.
All right.
We are. Yes, we are.
Congressman, let's talk about your role in
Yan.
the 20th Congress.
Yan ang gusto ko, yan ang gusto ko. Ay, teka lang, palakpakan na ho muna tayo. 918,000 subscriber na ho pala tayo. Palakpakan. Oh, palakpakan, di ba? Kakagigil to si Benny Abante. Nakikita ko lang pagmumukha ni Benny Abante na naaasumi na ako eh. Nang uunsami na ako eh.
There was first, I heard an interview that you were saying bubuuin ulit ang Quadcom. Is this true, sir?
Nako.
Yes.
Tell us more about
we
it.
will do that.
Wala ho silang maisip na yung tipong paano mapapaluwag ang kabuhayan ng sambayanan. Wala. Quadcom lang ng Quadcom. Lang yan.
Well, kasi marami pang dapat na pag-usapan tungkol diyan Pinky.
Hindi. hindi pa tuluyang nawawasak ang mga Duterte at hindi nyo magagawa yan. Kung hindi nyo nawasak ang mga Duterte sa loob ng 3 taon dyan sa Twadcom na yan o sa loob ng 2 taon dyan sa Twadcom na yan, huwag kayong aasa na masisiraan nyo o mawawasak nyo itong si BP Sara sa susunod na 3 taon dyan sa Twadcom na yan. Hindi nyo makukumbinsi ang sambayan ng Pilipino na mali ang ginawa ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na protektahan ang ating mga kabataan sa kamandag ng buwisit na droga na yan.
So, because God gave me a chance to sit again in Congress, so palagay ko, ako na yung magiging lead dito as far as the Quadcom is concerned. So, we
Lead ka lang na
will
lead,
be
Brad.
able to find a resolution convenient.
Ang baboy naman nung naglilid ng Twadcom, hinog sa pilit. Yung tipong panalo sa pilit ba? Yan, si Benny.
The Quadcom hearings again, no? When Congress opens up finally on July 20 and 29. So, uunahin siguro yung pag-elect ng mga chairman ng committees that are involved with the Quadcom, and we're going to continue the hearings. So.
And you will be the
And
chairman.
still, tatlo pa rin yun, no? Pogo. And the thing is, sa Pogo, we actually investigated yung Pogo na nakalagay sa malaking mga hubs sa Pampanga and Tarlac, no? And then we still have around 10,000 maliliit na mga Pogo still there.
O paano yung Pigo? Paano yung online gambling na nagsusugal ang mga Pilipino? Wala kayong balak doon? Buisit ka.
And we still have a lot of Chinese that are roaming around the country and they have not been actually deported. So number one, yeah. Number two, yung drugs, no? Illegal drugs. Still, you find out that about 2 weeks ago, the president has appeared before the media with more than 8.7 kilos of shabu that has been confiscated by PAOK, no? Or by PDEA. So,
Ay boring na yan. Boring na yan kasi magiging paksana nila itong administrasyon ni Bangag. Kasi 3 taon na tong si Marcos Jr. eh. So ibig sabihin, lahat ng nahuli, lahat ng kapalpakan, lahat ng issue na bumabalot ngayong mga panahon na to, ano na talaga, lame duck president na ho talaga siya. Itong si Benny Abante, tatargatin na niya na itong si Marcos Jr.
so nakikita natin na the drugs are still there despite the fact that more than 30,000 have been killed on the war on drugs. And then of course the EJK. The EJK.
Brad, wag kang tatanga-tanga ha. Wag kang aanga-anga. Kesyo, 30,000. Una sa lahat, pakita mo yung 30,000. Ilatag mo yan sa amin. Pangalan, address, lahat. Ilatag nyo. Huwag kayong magbigay ng ano na yan, bulag na numero, ika nga. Ang problema sa droga, continuous yan. Hindi naman porket meron na nagurgur, titigil na sila. Mga addict nga ho. O baka hindi mo alam, ibig sabihin ng addict. Isasabihin ko sa'yo.
Okay, very important.
Congressman, ito pong sa EJK, because what is coming out is that there is a witness, I'm not sure if you're up to speed with this, but he is a counselor of Calamba who was saying that there are policemen who are involved in EJK, rather drugs, let me correct myself there, and the issue of the missing sabungeros. Could there be any connection or the Quadcom can possibly look into this? Meron ho bang ganon?
I heard the Secretary of Justice, Boying Remulla, saying that there's a connection. So we will look into that, Pinky. In fact, one of the cases that we are going to hear in the Quadcom is the missing sabungero, because that is also a case of extrajudicial killings. And that's
Isinakbit na ho doon sa mga missing sabungero yung katagang extrajudicial, EJK. Naniniwala na kayo ngayon. Papunta talaga sa administrasyon ni Tatay Digong, papunta talaga doon sa mga dapat na kapuntahan ng mga missing sabungero na yan. Malayo pa lang, naaamoy na natin eh. Masangsang yung issue ng ano na yan eh. missing sa Bungero. Wala na kasi silang issue sa mga Duterte. Makapati yung mga, ay naku, nakakabisit talaga. Wala
All started in my district, no? If you remember, I even gave a privileged speech on that, no? We tried to rally against the opening of the Manila Arena, but the mayor then gave a license to it. So they put up a cooperation in Santa Ana about it. And then after a while, 8 Sabongeros actually went missing, no? 8 lang yun at that time. And then all of a sudden, again, 34 yan. And now it's more than 100. So I believe that we should investigate on that. And then we have some policemen that are actually involved in it. And I was told that there are some politicians too. So talagang dapat namin imbestigahan to. The missing Sabongeros.
So meron ho
Yan,
talaga
imbestiga
kayong
lang,
nakikitang
imbestiga.
connection between the missing Sabongeros, drugs, and EJK, sir?
At this point in time, Pinky, wala pa akong any kind of document that would actually give connection from the
Hindi, mali naratibo mo, baka mapatukan ka ni Boying Remulla niyan. Dapat na sagot dyan, meron. Abangan na lang natin sa sa Twadcom, di ba? Ganun yun. Hindi yung kung sasabihin na at this moment, wala pa. Sabi mo na meron.
from drugs, no? But we will actually look into it because baka mamaya talagang meron yan. No? The fact is this, when we speak of extrajudicial killings, ibig sabihin even if they are sabungero yan o drug pusher yan, kinakailangan din naman na magkaroon ng due process. No? We believe that any suspect is deemed innocent until proven guilty. So wala silang pagkakataon na i-prove lang kadalang sa iya sa korte. And all of a sudden, we find that some policemen became the judge and the executioner at the same time. So we have to look into that.
Kong Benny, what do you know about the missing Sabongeros?
The only thing that I know about is when the first batch of Sabongeros went missing in my district, in the Manila Arena. Then we found out that the witness against Atong Ang, Totoy, actually was a security guard in the Manila Arena. So we will actually investigate that, look into it, find out if there's actually any connection with the missing Sabongeros that have gone about 100 people.
Do you think you would be able to have to call alias Totoy dito po sa Quadcom hearing?
Yeah, I believe so. We have to call on the state players. We have to call on the people involved in it, so we could be able to find out in reality what the truth behind the missing Sabongeros.
And because of that, sir, what happens siguro next? Kasi anong nangyari ho sa Quadcom na marami naman po ang nakapanood dahil ang daming topics na kailangang pag-usapan at madami po nagiging witnesses and some of the complaints would be some of the witnesses are there for such a long period of time at halos hindi sila nakakausap. Is there a way to somehow streamline this or improve on it so that you get more people and more testimonies in a shorter period of time without having others wait too long? As witnesses.
We are now in the we now have a good number of witnesses that have indicated their desire to be a witness in the Quadcom. So ang gagawin namin dyan, offline, offhand, kakausapin muna namin sila kung talagang totoo itong mga allegations nila, no? And then slowly we're going to let them appear to Quadcom.
Ano ho sa palagay niyo ang uunahin niyo? Pogo, EJK, or drugs, sir?
Most probably, EJK mauuna dyan.
All right. Very quickly also, wanted to ask your thoughts in response to this recent survey that came out on 44% saying yes, that the Senate is delaying the impeachment, 25% said no, that the Senate is not delaying the impeachment, and there's 22%, sir, undecided. What do you say to that?
Well, I do believe that more people would want the impeachment to move on. See, 44% agree, no? That the Senate is still delaying it. Ako, I agree with that also, no? So, ako naman na Pinky, with what happened in the election, mukhang hindi na talaga pwede pang paniwalaan ng nangyayaring survey. Oh, di ba? I mean, I believe that there are more people that would like to see the impeachment proceeding go on.
Yeah,
Oh.
because part of that survey, just to bring it in, no?
Sige lang,
Congress-
okay lang. Tuloy nyo na yan. Nahiya pa kayo. Okay lang yan. Tuloy ang impeachment. Walang problema yan. Magmumukha lang naman kayong ang lahat dyan sa impeachment court na yan pagka linabas na ni BP yung mga barahan niya.
Is that, ang tanong po, do you agree with Duterte's impeachment? Ang nag-disagree medyo mataas po. Mas mataas kaysa dun sa nag-agree. Ang nag-disagree is 42% and ang nag-agree is 32%.
Aha. Okay. Yung 32% na yan, agree. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin nun na that they do not want impeachment to proceed?
Opo.
Well, actually, I don't agree with that. I believe that the impeachment proceeding should proceed on the basis of the Constitution. I believe it should proceed.
What happens, Kong Benny? Sabihin po natin, of course, there's a lot of talk that pagdating po ng 20th Congress, there is a chance that, questions will be brought up, such as, can the 20th Congress continue on with what the 19th Congress do? The Senate impeachment court, some senator judges may question this. In the event that hindi po matuloy ang trial, what do you think will happen?
Well, in the event that the Senate would impeach would dismiss the impeachment trial, andiyan naman ang Quadcom. Papatawag ulit namin sila to be able to shed light more on what has happened actually. So,
All right. So, till then, sir, we hope to speak to you again and find out more about your priority bills as soon as
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, dito na ho tinapos ni Ma'am Pinky Web ang mga kabalbalan nitong si Benny Abante. Dito sa bahagi ng video natin na to, kakapanayamin ho nitong si Ma'am Pinky Web yung may kasalanan kung bakit nandyan si Benny
continue.
Abante.
Despite the Commission on Elections resolution on various poll-related cases, its chairman is now facing a complaint before the National Bureau of Investigation over alleged irregularities. Let's get on point with COMELEC Chairman George Garcia. He joins us also via Zoom. Chairman, magandang gabi po sa inyo at maraming salamat din po sa oras.
Magandang gabi, Ma'am Pinky. Sa mga kababayan natin, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Before I go to the complaint filed before the NBI, Chairman, I just wanted to get your answer dito po kay Chua Uy. Yung kampo niya ay sinasabi naging unconstitutional ito pong pagtalaga kay Congressman Benny Abante dahil dapat nga daw ang HRET na is the one who's looked into the issue of Chua Uy and Congressman Benny Abante. Sir, please respond to that.
Ma'am Pinky, ang kaso kasi ngayon nasa Korte Suprema na, and therefore
Yan.
kung ano man yung naging action ng COMELEC, it was raised before the Honorable Supreme Court. Nung pinroklama namin ng City Board of Canvassers ng 6th District of Manila, ang si Congressman Benny Abante, wala po kasi na inisyu ang ating kataas-taasang hukuman na restraining order para pahintuin ang pagpapatupad ng desisyon ng COMELEC and Bank. At dahil po dyan, naging final and executory po kasi ang desisyon ng COMELEC and Bank at wala po kaming choice kundi ipatupad po ito. At yun po talaga, Ma'am Pinky, ang rason kung bakit ang isang hindi pinalad sa COMELEC ay pwede makapunta sa Korte Suprema upang humingi ng pansamantalang remedyo. So doon sa issue ng merits, kung talaga bang tama kami o hindi, then sa kamay na po ito ngayon ng Korte Suprema. Kung kami ba ay may jurisdiction o wala, nung panahon kami ay nagdesisyon, yan po ngayon ay nasa Korte Suprema na. Basta maliwanag lang po ang nangyari, Ma'am Pinky, na ilabas namin ang desisyon bago mag-12:01 ng June 30 na kung saan mawawala ng jurisdiction ang Commission on Elections.
It was June 18, no, Chairman, when the Second Division made a decision regarding this issue on the that he is not a natural-born citizen, tama po, and he is in fact naturalized and that a natural-born Filipino, ito pong si Chua Uy. So June 18 was the decision of the Second Division, and then in-elevate po ito, of course, sa NBank So the decision of the NBank came, as you were saying, June 30 before 12 noon, sir.
Yes, Ma'am ang Pinky, that's the actual facts that transpired. And therefore, as far as the COMELEC is concerned, at the time na na-release namin yung aming decision, the COMELEC has and still has jurisdiction to decide on that particular case.
Sir, yung pong sinasabi niya na unconstitutional ito, tapos na po kayo dito because this will have to be decided on by the Supreme Court. Quick question on that. When the COMELEC NBank decided with finality last June 30 before 12 noon, was he supposed to be given, the other party, Chua Uy's party, 5 days to raise any concerns or petitions regarding this? Or tanggal na po yung 5 days na ibinibigay sa kanya to contest this?
Actually, meron pa rin po siyang 5-day period. Yun ang reason kung bakit na-issue ang entry of judgment and certificate of finality after the 5-day period. But yun nga po, during the 5-day period, the respondent should have gotten a restraining order from the Honorable Supreme Court para lang hindi maipatupad. Ang issue kasi, ma'am, is yung decision ba na ilabas before June 30, 1201? Kung yung pagpapatupad after June 30, 1201, may nakuha ba na restraining order? So yan po ngayon, ang Pinky, ang issue before the Honorable Supreme Court. And I think ang issue pa nga ngayon So since nag-assume na halimbawa yung si Congressman Benny Abante na-proclaim at pagkatapos nag-oath, ang tanong nga may jurisdiction ba even the Supreme Court? How about the jurisdiction now of the House of Representatives Electoral Tribunal? Yes, Ma'am Pinky.
Sir, I quite didn't get an answer to my question. My question is, when you decided NBank, when the COMELEC NBank decided with finality last June 30 before 12 noon, meron ho ba under the law na karapatan si Chua Uy na mabigyan po siya ng 5 days to respond or question this COMELEC decision that was made with finality?
Yes, Ma'am Pinky. Meron siyang 5-day period to get a restraining order from the Supreme Court. Our rules provides na kapag sa 5-day period na yon walang restraining order, the COMELEC will have to implement its decision.
Okay, got it.
Ang problema kasi matagal talaga yung yung kung maglabas yung Korte Suprema, matagal yan. Dapat binigyan nyo ng konting leeway itong si Kong Joey Uy. Kaso ang problema, lahat ng leeway ibinigay nyo dito kay Atras Abante. As always, maraming salamat sa pag-support sa Page Update. Mag-ingat po kayong lahat. Gob Chavit, mahalin natin ng Pilipinas. Bagong Pilipinas, ang ganda na sombrero mo. Gob Chavit, huwag mo ubarin yan, ha.